I'm Mike Eppel in the 680 newsroom. Canadian consumers went on a big-time shopping spree in the first half of this year, so much so that Canadian retailers say they have never seen sales activity to this level. Some data from StatsCan today tabulated all of the spending in the first half of this year at $281 billion. $49 billion alone in the month of June. All of these are record levels. Some of this has to do with the fact that Canadian car and truck sales have been at record-breaking levels on a month-to-month basis so far this year, but also just consumer discretionary items and the availability of credit. That's a big factor in the amount, not just how much we're spending, but also how much debt we're taking on. Some data in from TransUnion Canada today indicated in the second quarter of this year, debt loads were pretty much up across the board per Canadian consumer, $22,000 plus on average. But you look at credit card debt, lines of credit, mortgage debt also up almost 5% in a year-over-year comparison. A lot of that has to do with the fact that Canadian home buyers had to take on a larger mortgage in general just to afford a home in the two hottest markets, Vancouver and Toronto. The good news out of this is we're still paying the bills. Debt delinquencies went up in a couple of categories, but not by much. And mortgage debt delinquency rates, 60 days past due, for example, at just 0.5%, which is actually down for the third consecutive quarter. Well, defense contractor stocks on Wall Street went sharply higher today after U.S. President Donald Trump talked about extending the U.S. war in Afghanistan. It's been going on for 16 years now. And by one estimate, the total cost to the U.S. government on this war is now over $860 billion. Some say, though, it's well above that, into the trillions of dollars when you look at the cost to Veterans Affairs going forward. We've seen the defense contractor stocks since the Trump administration was put in place late last year rally quite a bit. Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, they're all up by close to 30%. So far this year, which is a little bit more than the overall market average. We also saw today shares of Apple jump by 1.5%. Some more hints given out by the company, or insiders at least, about what the next iPhone 8, the 10th anniversary edition, is going to feature. Facial recognition. This is going to be one of the key selling points for this new device. 3D technology where you can unlock your phone through a facial scan within milliseconds, according to Bloomberg News, and that's also going to be used to validate payments. From the 680 newsroom, I'm Mike Eppel for City News.